Good evening, Internet. Shroom here, and tonight I'm doing it again. I'm running back another of the decks that I played last week. I don't normally like to do this, but I was so disappointed with the performance of my Hatepaths deck last week that right after the stream, I immediately tweaked it, with the suggestions that I had made, and played a bunch of more matches with it, and I've been having fun with it all week long, so I'm just going to show it off again. I think it's a very improved version, so let's take our opponents back through the Hatepaths. Let's take a look. So we are a Hate Bears deck. We are a deck focused on white weenies that shut down the most popular value engines and interactions of the format so that our opponents can't execute their plan. We'll win the game by beating down with our weenies, many of which have flyers, as well as by attacking with restless anchorages. So what are our Hate Bears? Well, we have Veteran Survivors as our 1-drop, Savannah Lion that hates on graveyards, good against all those graveyard decks. At the 2-drop slot, we've got Voice of Victory to shut down those counter spells, instant speed interaction. We've got Doorkeeper Thrulls, which shut down the enter the battlefield abilities of creatures and artifacts. Very popular things for people to do is play creatures and artifacts that provide value. Doorkeeper Thrull just says no to that. Then we've got the Clarion Conquerors, which shuts down activated abilities of artifacts, creatures, and planeswalkers, of which there are many very powerful ones in Standard. And then we're running a couple of Detect Intrusion, which is our substitute for Tishana's Tidebinder, but it only costs 2 mana. It's only a one-time effect that counters a triggered ability. It also can just counter target instant spell or sorcery spell as well. So it's just like a decent counter spell that also has the ability of shutting down triggered abilities, which can be very important. We're not running Tishana's because of the bad synergy with Doorkeeper's Thrull, and because 3 mana is kind of a lot to leave up. We prefer to leave up only 2 for Detect Intrusion. Hopefully, we stifle a very important trigger or counter an important spell with this. Then we've got Makdee and Itla Skysnarers, which is just 2 mana for 2/2 flyers. They're legendary. They make it so that artifacts and creatures our opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. So this is like a, half of a Authority of the Console's effect on a 2/2 flying body, which does get in for damage. We really like making our opponent's creatures come into play tapped as a tempo play to shut down like hasty creatures, and also to set up our opponent's creatures very nicely for cards like Split Up and Ride's End, which form part of our removal package. And so that is the major hate pieces of the format. We're hating ETBs, we're hating activated abilities, we're hating instant speed play, we're hating graveyards. Oh, I must mention as well, we have a 1 of Rest in Peace in the main, just as a little bit of a seeding of the graveyard hate stuff. So of course, people are going to be gunning for our hateful creatures because they'll be shutting down their strategy completely. That's why we've got to protect our creatures with 4 restoration magics and a couple of No More Lies in the main board. Just good, general purpose counter spells. And we've got our Detect Intrusions as well, which can just counter instants and sorceries. And then we've got a bit of interaction to help us get to the later game where we can really capitalize on our hateful plan. We've got a Seam Rip, we've got our counter spells, a couple of Get Lost. This is actually not a terrible Get Lost deck because we are running the Clarion Conquerors, so our opponents won't be able to crack those map tokens. We've got the Split Ups, which is a very good thing to do to run when you're playing like Authority of the Console effects that make your opponent's creatures enter tapped, such as Makdee. We've got a Banishing Light as just sort of all-purpose removal on an enchantment so that it doesn't get hated out by Doorkeeper Thrull. And then we've got a 1 of Ride's End. I really think this is a good removal card right now because you want to exile creatures and not just kill them. So that's exactly what Ride's End does. So we'll close out the game with our flying creatures, including Doorkeeper Thrulls, Clarion Conquerors. Now, I used to have a Verilax as like a finisher. It was sort of meant to be a substitute for Phyrexian Vindicator. It's no Phyrexian Vindicator. Just the fact that it was 5 mana instead of 4 made it like really prohibitive to cast. So there's like an opening for a good 4-drop here. I can seriously consider Stoic Sphinx, which is a card that I've had good experience with in control decks. Tonight I'm trying Twinning Twins. It had just for a little extra value. It has the instant speed adventure Swift Spiral. Exile target non-token creature. Return it to the battlefield under its controller at the beginning of the next end step. So this is just a good tempo piece. It's good against things like Ouroboros, you bounce that at a critical time so that it doesn't get an important trigger to like beef up your opponent's entire team. Buys you a whole extra turn. Plus for 4 mana, you get a 4/4 flying Vigilance Ward 1. So I do like the Vigilance, which lets it play O and D at the same time. I like the Ward 1, which adds to just sort of the niggling, annoying vibe of our entire extremely hateful deck. So that is the plan. We've got a total of 24 lands in the mana base. We're Azorious, so our mana is really bad. You know, we're playing a lot of tap lands, but kind of doing what we have to do to make our stuff work. Since we're no longer on Verilax, our mana is sort of loosened up a little bit. We can play some colorless lands like Demolition Fields. We've got 4 of Restless Anchorage, which is going to help us win a lot of games. Like, a lot of games will just end by us attacking with Restless Anchorage. It's really a great tool to speed up our clock. The sideboard's got 2 Authority of the Consuls. You know, we can go board up to a total of 5 of the Makdee and Itla creatures in tapped effect. We got a couple of Crystal Barricades, which are great against like red and Gruul and Izzet decks that try to remove creatures with red spells. Pretty much shuts that down. Also shuts down heavy discard decks, you know, that are trying to duress us, Thoughtseize us. We've got Doorkeeper Thrull number 4 and Clarion Conqueror number 4, so we can board up to the correct package of hate for whatever it is matchup it is that we're currently facing. We've got No More Lies number 3 as additional counter spells against control, Steam Rip number 2 for some more 1 mana interaction. We've got Rest in Peace number 2 and 3, along with our Veteran Survivors. We can really shore up our hate against the graveyard decks. We've got Split Ups 3 and 4 against those mid-range decks and creature heavy decks, and we got Ride's End number 2, so we can really board up to a lot of creature removal against those mid-range decks. And that is this iteration of Through the Hatepaths. Now, the card that I forgot to mention, which is like the biggest improvement over the last build, is I'm now playing 4 stock-ups, which you pretty much should just do if you're playing a blue deck, you know, like a mid-range deck or a control deck probably. You should just play this card. Before I was playing like 2, you know, Consult the Star Chart, just the main for card advantage. Just adding a playset of this card makes everything run so much smoother, makes it so much easier for us to find the pieces we need because we are sort of a toolboxy deck. So 4 stock up is in there for good. Anyway, that's going to do it for the deck tech. Let's get into the matches on the ladder and see if we can hate out the current standard metagame. If you like off-meta MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Alright, our first match is against M13. And we're going to be on the draw with the Hatepaths. And I like Veteran Survivor into Makdee. We'll keep. Alright, play a Survivor. Inquisitive Glimmer. Yeah, I think we'll just kill this. Get some stuff in the yard. Get rid of that Glimmer, which draws them cards. It makes their enchantments cheaper. Storm Chasers. Okay. Sheltered by Ghosts. Another Restless Anchorage. I think we'll bin that. We've got enough tap lands. Play Makdee. Trapped in the Screen. Exiles target. It's just O-ring with Ward 2. It's an enchantment. Well, I mean, if we don't draw good cards, if we don't draw any decent cards, we don't have much of a chance. There's a Clarion Conqueror. I can't play it and hold up No More Lies, so I think I'll wait 1 more turn. Rest in Peace might be relevant since there's Storm Chaser's Talent deck. Three steps ahead to counter. I could counter back. What do they have in their graveyard? They have nothing so far. Yeah, I'll counter back. I want to keep my 3/3. More sheltered by ghosts. Are you kidding me? Are we gonna get soloed by this otter token? Maybe. Ride's End, sure. Maybe that'll help us. It's got Ward 2. Overlord. Hard cast. Alright, so I can block here. I don't kill the otter because of the map token. Ugh. Block. Do I want to use my restoration magic is a question. Probably. I don't know. I actually don't think it matters. We have another Restless Anchorage. Maybe we can use this to gain life at some point. I don't think this matters. So we have to pay 4 to ride in this, which would mean that we can't activate Restless Anchorage. I think we're dead. They've got an ethereal armor on top. Or I could block with Restless Anchorage and try to ride in the Overlord. I guess that's what I'm doing. Okay, well, I mean, they're gonna gain like 1,000,000 life off this anyway, so I'm not really coming back from this. Okay, let's seam rip. So they're like enchantments split up. Draws every Sheltered by Ghost every time. Let's go up to 3 No More Lies. I think Doorkeeper Thrulls are gonna be good here. I don't know about Clarion Conquerors. I'll keep a couple in. Rest in Peace is good because they are a Stormkeep Chasers talent deck. Yeah, we'll just go 1 Conqueror. Cut Makdee and Itla. I mean, they're always good, but I think 2 is probably enough. Cut a Voice of Victory. Cut 1 Restoration Magic. Probably want the Ride's End also, right? Cut 1 stock up. Detect Intrusion. Try it like this. This looks fine. We'll need lands, but we can draw them. There's a Storm Chaser's talent. Let's see if we can snipe this otter. More Storm Chaser's talents. Okay. I think I'll just counter that, actually. Spell Pierce. Seam Rip. We don't draw lands. That's really sucky. Well, Doorkeeper Chaser's talent, the Doorkeeper Thrull, snipe an otter. attack with our Thrull. Again, we don't draw land. Let's play Makdee. Overlord. When it's impended, it still does its thing. Okay, Get Lost isn't bad. Not drawing lands really sucks though, man. Jeez, come on. It's 24 land deck. Stock up, we can't cast. There's another Overlord. Impended. They discard and negates. We can't draw land to save our life, literally. So we're just discarding to hand size here. I mean, I could go shields down and cast something. Like, what are they gonna have? I don't know. I think I'm just discarding to hand size. We'll discard... what? Vanishing Light, maybe? Seam Rip? I don't know, this is pretty sucky. Alright. Veteran Survivor? Let's card a Veteran Survivor. It's never gonna get through an attack. My best hope is to, like, try to leverage these more impactful cards when I draw some lands. Alright, try to take down this Overlord. Negate. Well, that was predictable. They already discarded one. Draw tap lands. I guess we're just passing. Got a hold of this No More Lies. Trapped in the screen. Yeah, we'll try to counter that. Negate. Okay. So our opponent has more than twice as much mana as we do. We'll take this. We'll see if split up makes any difference. Here comes that Overlord. Try to Banishing Light it, I guess. Okay. And we die. Well, that's too bad. I mean, we got so far behind on lands. We just drawn land a little earlier, we might have had a chance, but so be it. First Isomorphism, the Virtuous, will be our opponent. We have lands this time. That's good. We're on the draw. Yeah, I got like Veteran Survivor, Restoration Magic. These are good cards. Simic Temple. Alright, Veteran Survivor. Immediate Abrade. Not such a survivor after all, as it turns out. But how about his buddy? Lumbering World Wagon, okay. So this is like the crime deck, maybe? I usually see this Jund. It's Temur. Oh, this might be like a combo deck. Battlecryer. Hey, there's a Clarion Conqueror. That's good. Exile Abrade. Cast Clarion Conqueror. Does shut down the crew ability of the World Wagon. We don't have protection for it at the moment. Be cool if we could untap with it. Outcaster Trailblazer plotted? Okay, where are Doorkeeper Thrulls? That's what I want to know. Let's stock up. No Doorkeeper Thrull, it's not a very good stock up. So I guess we're just playing untapped land so that we can hold up Restoration Magic. See how bad the damage is. It's Trailblazer, yep. They're gonna get to draw some cards. Battlecryer draws a card. Dragonhawk. Yeah, this is the Doorkeeper Thrull matchup. At the end of your next end step, 2 damage to each opponent for each of those cards that are still exiled. Stock up, dude. Where were you moments ago? Let's stock up. There's a split up. Plus what else? Voice of Victory? Just another threat? So I think I'm going to attack with the Survivor and Restoration Magic so that I can get the 5/4. I don't know. They have a lethal attack here. I guess. So I have to try to block them is what I'm going to do. So I can play a tap land. I have to make a block and use Restoration Magic. Then maybe I can split them up next turn. Roaming Throne. Okay. Gonna get a double trigger off their thing because of Roaming Throne. Do I die from this, though? 2 damage for each card. I think I do. To each opponent. Okay. So, yeah, what a ridiculous setup they got going on there. But we just need Doorkeeper Thrulls. We need... probably Crystal Barricades. Authority. Rides and Split Ups. Clarion Conquerors. Alright, we need a lot of stuff here. We don't need Rest in Peace. We don't need Seam Rip. They have Llanowar Elves. I'll keep in 1 Seam Rip. Voice of Victory, not the play. Veteran Survivor, not the play. Detect Intrusion. I don't think we need Detect Intrusion, do we? Is there anything? Yeah, I guess maybe that dragon. We could keep 1 Detect Intrusion. I'll cut 1 Restoration Magic. Cut 1 Stock of? Try like this. Alright. I don't think this is a keepable hand. We're on the play, which is good. Restoration Magic double stock up. It like doesn't interact with them at all. On our turn 3, we can do stuff. I think this is too slow. Let's mulligan. Alright, this is better, I think. We got Makdee and Itla, and we got Split Up. We'll keep bottom. Maybe Twinning Twins? Alright, Makdee. We need Doorkeeper Thrull. There we go. Starting town. Okay. Lumbering World Wagon. I think we'll Banishing Light that. Trailblazer, let's stock up. Doorkeeper Thrull plus Clarion Conqueror? Or split up number 2? Or just an untapped land? Let's do an untapped land. So that we can play our Crystal Barricade. There's Trailblazer. Your creatures won't be drawing you cards, however. Alright, let's split up on tapped creatures. So we've managed to thwart them pretty hard. Fire magic, 2 damage to each creature. Well, that all goes to the Crystal Barricade. Play another Doorkeeper Thrull. And that's game. Crystal Barricade, sweet. Okay. I think we just do that again. I want Restoration Magic number 4, though, I think think I want a couple of Voice of Victories also, just for a little monkey wrench action. Cut the Detect Intrusion. And cut Seam Rip. Too few targets. Two 3-drops, one of which is split up, which is good. Clarion Conqueror is also good, but we're on the draw. Is this fast enough? I don't know. I think we're gonna keep, like... We can't just mull for, like, the absolute pinnacle hand every single time. Vanishing Light, we'll keep that on top. Esper Orages. Probably should have played an untapped land so that I can get lost here. Never mind. No target anyway. So, yeah, I think I'll just Banishing Light the World Wagon so that they can't continuously ramp. There's the oranges. Leaves a fire magic on top of their deck. So this is gonna add double green. I could get Lost It and then play Makdee. And then what? Maybe they would tap out for Fire Magic, and then I could play Clarion Conqueror? Yeah, I think I like that line. Get lost that. Gonna bounce it off. Okay. I'm cool with that. So they have to spend 3 mana if they want to have this dude kill our Makdee. Okay, they do tap out to do it. That's totally fine. Alright. Sweet. Doorkeeper Thrull. That's what we wanted. Esper Oranges again. They have an Abrade on top of their deck. Alright, Restoration Magic. Oh, I didn't play my Doorkeeper Thrull. Dang it. Wow, that was dumb. Okay, so I'm missing out on 1 damage, and I might have to tap up to 2 mana, which I really do not want to have to tap. So adding double green. More Esper Oranges. Okay, we take 4. Let's play our Doorkeeper Thrull. Crystal Barricade. Alright, let's attack with our flyers. Let's play our Crystal Barricade. Gonna upgrade my Doorkeeper Thrull. Let's... make it hexproof and indestructible and gain a little bit of life. So none of my creatures can take red damage from red sources, except the Crystal Barricade. Alright. This is gonna go away on its own. I could just get lost it. It's gonna go away on its own though, so I think I'd rather just attack, hold up my get lost. There's a Battlecryer. Trailblazer. Doesn't do anything. Roaming Throne. Roaming Throne. Alright, all that's getting shut down by our dude. So, do we just get lost this? I don't think so. It's going away anyway. Let's take 4. I think we're going to lose our Crystal Barricade, though, unfortunately. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I don't have enough mana to attack with Restless Anchorage and split up. So, let's archive. Ride's End. We'll keep a Ride's End. Attack with our dudes. Now, we do lose our Barricade, unfortunately, but we gotta do this. Destroy untap. That goes away. Alright, so there go our creatures. Fire Magic. It's a very good spell. Well, we've got a Restless Anchorage and some evil spells. Authority of the Consuls. No, I don't think we want that at this point. Explore again. Twinning Twins, yes, please. Cactus Folk, sure shots. As Ward 2. And it has reach. Oh my gosh. I'm so dumb. What am I doing? Alright, let's just get lost this. Pay the ward cost. Split up. Okay. Now we can go back to this nonsense. Explore. Stock up. We'll keep that on top, please. Anti-causal vestige. When it leaves the battlefield, draw a card, then you put a permanent with value less than equal to the number of lands onto the battlefield. Okay. It's only a 7/5 though, so... Let's see. They get maps. Alright, they draw land. Draw a card, then you may put a permanent. So it's very risky to try to remove that guy. Just see if we can win without having to do that. Sure, we'll just stock up. Another anchorage. Plus... Clarion Conqueror? Makdee. Play the second anchorage. Alright, we got there against the Temur Battlecryer combo, which is a really scary deck, but we got the hate. OKM 318 will be our opponents with their Ulamog avatar. Thankfully not a legal card in this format. And our hand looks pretty good, we'll keep. Paw Patch. So, a lot of things this could be. Lead with this on blue. Dark Confidants. Hey, what's up, Maven? How you doing? Alright, let's play Makdee. Get our tap action going on. Bandits talents. How you doing? Working on Controverse holds. We're just gonna take this. Bandit's talent's gonna make us discard. I think we'll discard Rest in Peace. I don't think this deck uses their yard. I could be wrong. Alright, they tick it up to go to rack mode. So I think we will split up your tapped creatures. And attack for 2. There's Bat. Takes Clarion Conqueror. Caustic Bronco. Okay. We'll attack. I could play the Conqueror. Or I could play Voice of Victory and hold up Doorkeeper Thrull. That means that they can crew the Caustic Bronco, attack with it, and draw a card. Yeah, let's do that. Voice of Victory. I just feel much safer when this is on the battlefield. Innkeeper's Talent. They shock a green land. Gonna counter up the bat. Alright, we'll play our Doorkeeper Thrull. Block the Bronco. Cecil. So now I'm in rack range. That's not good. Well, let's attack. Play Clarion Conqueror. So they're just gonna put a bunch of counters on their bat. Okay, that probably is enough to beat us. Guess we'll do this. They go to 9, I go to 4. I draw a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage I can do to them. Okay. So we want Crystal Barricade, Seam Rip, Doorkeeper Thrull. Probably no more lies. I think I like Voice of Victory also. Something like that. I like the Voice of Victory. I don't think we need Veteran Survivor quite as much. I don't think we need Rest in Peace. Maybe we want another split up. Nah, 2's probably okay, right? Nah, we'll run 3. So we make 5 non-sideboard cuts. Cut 1 Conqueror. I like Detect Intrusion. We'll cut 1 Makdee. Maybe we just run 3 Voice of Victory. I don't know. Cut a stock up. Cut 1 Detect Intrusion. Try it like this. We're very control-y. What we have? Crystal Barricade, that's a good one. We'll keep. Seam Rip's also pretty good. Llanowar Elves. Alright, well, that's gonna go on white. They can enter tapped. Seam Rip to Llanowar. The Mothwood Dread Knight? Okay. Play a Crystal Barricade. That's a good blocker for the Dread Knight. They shot the Sheriff. I do need to draw some lands, deck. Can we help out with that? Okay, thank you. Let's play Makdee. I think we'll block and do the thing. Nah, that's fine. We can take 3. Mosswood's so good. Like, what else could you ask for in a 2-drop, really? Bandit's Talent? Okay. What do we want to discard? Makdee number 2. Alright, Doorkeeper Thrull. Attack. Play the Conqueror. I think I hold up Doorkeeper Thrull and Restoration Magic, maybe. Nowhere to run. Okay, that will kill our Makdee. Nothing to do about that. There's a Deep Cavern Bat. We'll shut down its trigger. Take 3. This shock. More Mosswoods. Crystal Barricade is a good blocker for Mosswoods. I think I want to play my... I'm going to tap out, go shields down, Clarion Conqueror. Please just break this one turn. They draw a removal spell. Okay. Alright, I take 6. There's Barricade. And I guess I'm attacking. I should probably stay back and block, because I'm at 5. More Mosswood Dread Knights. Well, I can block one of you. I probably need to get lost something. If I do, though, they just tick this up and then I die to the rack effects. So I need like a split up here. And I don't draw it. So I think that's GG's. They have an Innkeeper's talent. Yeah, that means game. Alright, good old Golgari. Stock value, still pretty good. Gonza J will be our next opponent. And yeah, hand looks full of 1-drops. We're on the draw. I think it's okay, we'll keep. Infestation Sage. Okay. I'll lead on a meticulous archive. Raizen's gonna be good. Umbral Collar Zealot. Okay, so we want Graveyard Hate, we want, what's it called? Clarion Conquerors. Yeah, I want a Plains. Let's see him rip the Umbral Collar Zealot. Attack their Sage. They get a token. They get a Surveil. Dark Confidant. Alright, let's play Makdee and a veteran survivor. Parsi Revenant and an Infestation. Alright, let's exile the Karsi Revenant while it's tapped. I think we'll attack. They just take it. Okay. Start building up our veteran survivor. Izumi Link Breaker. Just weenies that make weenies when they die. With the Umbral Collar Zealot. Yeah, I mean, that's good. It's a good plan. Split up. I can Restoration Magic both of my creatures. If I wanted to, and I probably should. Blue. Alright, we have absolutely nothing relevant. Put that on white. Opponent's got a Dark Confidant, which is bad for us. Another split up. Detect Intrusion. Well, right about now is when I would like a stock up. Well, let's take this. More veteran survivors. Well, we're losing this race. I guess we can't block that. It's got Menace. Block there, I guess. Sure. Gorehounds. So they're just like 1 and 2 drops cities over here. Clarion Conqueror. I can play that. Yeah, okay. Stop that trigger, because we can. Double block, kill the Restless Fortress. Take 3. Correction, take more than that because of the Blood Ski. So they're just literally like 1 and 2 drops and sack synergies. Okay. So very aggro. I think we want Seam Rip, we want Authority of the Consuls, we want Clarion Conquerors, Split Ups, No More Lies, Ride's End. I can see Voice of Victory too. Okay, I don't think they have any ETB action going on, so we can lose the Thralls. I like the Conquerors, because that shuts down their Zealots. Oh, they're a graveyard deck too, right? Probably to a degree. So we make 8 cuts of non-sideboard cards. 1. Veteran Survivor is just so hard to get through with a Taxa against a deck like that. I think we just cut them. Detect Intrusion isn't the best. Banishing Light seems expensive to target a 1-drop with it. Yeah, I'm gonna lose a couple of Restoration Magic. I don't think they have spot removal. I think they're just like relying on overwhelming force. That's what it seems like. Try this. A Weenie Tide, if you were. We'll be on the play. Yeah, this hand looks good. We'll keep. Anchorage, sure. That's Voice of Victory. There's Bob. There's Makdee. No More Lies is a good one. Alright, let's attack. Alright, play our tap land. With a Voice of Victory, I like it. We do have No More Lies for the sweeper if they have one. Emergency exit. Sephiroth. We'll exile Sephiroth. Alright. Got him. So, yeah, I think we just, like, do that again, right? Okay. We'll try it. We'll need to find some removal. Voice of Victory, okay. Victory. Zealots. Meticulous Archive, Get Lost. Keep a Get Lost on top. Take this turn to play Rip. Hopefully they'll swing all out. No block. Alright, we take one. Let's attack with the Voice of Victory. Opponent just takes it. Alright, we'll do split up on untapped creatures. Emergency exit on our Rift. Get a lander out of it. Okay. Kind of okay with that. Play Makdee. Still have up No More Lies. Charming Prince. Okay. Take one. Alright, let's do our lander. Get land number 5. Which lets us stock up and hold up a counterspell. Clarion Conqueror. Clarion Conqueror? Blutsky, counter that. No attack. Let's stock up. Authority of the Consuls. Ride's End. Play an Authority of the Consuls. Here comes the fortress. We'll Ride's Ended, I guess, probably. We will take one trigger off it, but I don't want to give him maps. Okay, Twinning Twins is good. They just take the damage from our Vob. I was gonna say they could double block. Okay. Conqueror. Alright, GG's. Yizmi will be our final opponent. We're gonna be on the draw. And our hand looks pretty good. I like Makdee and Restoration Magic, so we'll keep. Hopefully they're not too aggro. Archive. I think we'll bin Anchorage number 3. Soulmaker Shop. Okay, so they're like a token deck. Alright. It's another tap land. No More Lies might be too late, but I'll keep it. Impact Tremors. Okay, and Doorkeeper Thrull is good against that. Another doll maker shop. I think we'll counter this one. Yeah, we don't want them getting 2 extra tokens every time they do stuff. Gets a little out of control. Do I want to play Makdee or just start the Doorkeeper Thrulling? I think I'll play Makdee. I like Doorkeeper Thrull against impact Tremors. Opponent's got nothing? Okay. Do we attack with an anchorage, I guess is a question. Nah, I want to play Doorkeeper Thrull. Pakal, Thousandth Moon. Okay. Oh, I forgot about that trigger. I was like, is there any trigger I need to worry about? Turns out there was. Alright, I'm gonna just get lost that. Veteran Survivor. Alright. Now we start getting in with the brief anchorage. Song of Totentans. Those rats do nothing. Here's a meticulous archive. Ride's End. Do I need a Ride's End? I don't think I do. They're like... They got a bunch of 1/1s. I need to close out the game, is what I need to do. War Leader's Call. Those rats are 2/2s. Gonna explore with a rat. Another doll maker's shop. They bid it. Okay, I mean, we do have a 2-turn clock. Can you even play a Veteran Survivor here? These rats can't block. Another doll maker's shop. Cooped up. I think we'll do a little restoration. Yep, he gets to tap tokens. And then I attack for lethal in the air. GG's. Okay, tokens. Token tans. Crystal Barricade, I think we certainly want. Impact Tremors. We're all about Doorkeeper Thrull in this matchup. Split Up as well. Seam Rip can hit Impact Tremors. Veterans Survivors are just not very good against, like, token decks. Clarion Conquerors are good at just as, like, decent-sized flyers, which they can't really do anything about. Cut Ride's End, again, because we're, like, against a token deck. Cut a Twinning Twins. Rest in Peace, we definitely don't need. Since we're bringing in double Crystal Barricade, maybe we don't need all of the Restoration magic. Try it like this. Okay, bunch of 3-drops. We're on the draw, we got a Meticulous Archive. And we'll keep. Vanishing Light's actually good against their, like, enchantments. Okay, that's a good draw for turn 2. Starting town, yes. There's Dollmaker Shop. Alright, here's Makdee. War Leader's Call. Alright, let's attack with Makdee. Let's Vanishing Light the War Leader's Call. I don't like the way they're looking at my cards. Impact Tremors. Alright, Doorkeeper Thrull. Doorkeeper Thrull. Or Crystal Barricade. Abrade. Alright, there's a Crystal Barricade. To each opponent. Okay, it doesn't help against Impact Tremors. Well, Seam Rip. Oh boy. That is a pretty hard whiff. No lands. I guess a stock up. Windcrag Siege. So now they make a token every upkeep. We're gonna do it like this, I guess. Seam Rip the Impact Tremors. I think we'll play Clarion Conqueror here. Start deploying our stuff. Another War Leader's Call. To each opponent for the... Okay, Doorkeeper Thrull. There we go. Now we're good. Attack with our dude. Play a Barricade. Pass. Okay. Play our Doorkeeper Thrull. Creatures you control have power and toughness equal to the number of creatures you control. Okay. Let's take this. Stock up. Oh, you tap all my colored lands. Okay, there's a split up. And a split up. I think we have to just block. Yeah, I think we're dead here. None of these have trample. The Ogier, though, that's bad news. Block. 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 He's gonna become a 1/1 once all those tokens die. White enters tapped. Split up on tapped creatures. Okay, so that's still a game, yeah. Because they have the anthems. Okay. Well, we need to stop that from happening. Let's get Authority. No more lies. Twinning Twins. Yeah, maybe we cut a couple of these Clarion Conquerors because they don't actually hate on anything in our opponent's deck. Cut a Detect Intrusion. Cut a Restoration Magic. Alright, here we go. Game 3 for the winning record. Doorkeeper Thrull is like our best card against them. Alright, we do need to draw lands, deck. Please. Voice of Victory. And we'll counter that, because otherwise we won't be able to use our counter spells. We don't draw land. Crystal Barricade. Another Voice of Victory. We missed our land drop again. That's very, very unfortunate. I think... Yeah, I played Doorkeeper Thrull at sorcery speed. Upgrade on the Crystal Barricade. Yeah, I can block one of these. Okay, there's land number 3. Let's stock up. Split up. Plus lands. Sure, attack. I don't know. It's 1 point of damage either way. In impact all. Authority of the consoles, that's good. Authority. We'll attack. Windcrag Siege. Oh, I needed to play this during their turn. Mardu. Oh, my Doorkeeper Thrull shuts down the authority of the consoles. Oh, we lose to our own anti-synergy. We do. We do. Wow, what a way to go. Alright, so unfortunately that was a 2-3 for this re-up of Through the Hatepaths. Very close to being a 3-2. So yeah, I think the deck is super fun. We got to see the power of the deck when it really goes off and like gets the appropriate hate pieces assembled and the protection. It really can just like completely shut an opponent out of the game. Unfortunately, like the format's just so fast, as we saw against like the green deck. Like it's hard to play a deck that tries to set up a little thing like we're doing, because every deck is trying to win by like turn 4, because you have to win that fast to compete against like the Temur deck, which we did beat, and against Vivi. So yeah, we still look a little bit lacking against like the serious mid-range decks. And that last match against like the against that Impact Tremors deck, we really should, I feel like we should win that match most of the time. I don't know, we still suffer from the problem of like we're a toolbox deck, and we have, you know, these certain pieces that are appropriate for different matchups, so we need to find them. Am I going to say more card draw and more removal? Is that what I'm going to say would improve the deck? We got our 4 stock ups, like, I don't know. I feel like that should really be enough. Consult the Star Charts is such a good card, though. I could see maybe cutting, like, the main board, rest in peace, putting it in the side. Maybe cutting one other thing for a couple of consults. Might be overkill, though. One thing, though, is that we get in trouble with, like, resolved enchantments, as we saw in that last matchup. Those, like, dollhouses continuously spitting out tokens. We do have 2 Get Lost. I could see maybe one other thing in the sideboard, like an exercise or something. One other piece to help us against that. But I don't know. Those are just kind of minor tweaks based on what we've just played against. Really, I think that the deck is pretty well tuned for, like, what's happening in the meta. It's just unfortunate. Like, after the last stream, I played a bunch of the I made the changes, played a bunch of games of this deck, and won like 8 in a row. And then I start streaming and go 2 and 3. But such is the whims of the Magic gods. Yeah, I think the deck is really fun. It's strong. It can really shut out opponents really well when it gets its thing going on. It is kind of a little dependent on, like, synergy. So yeah, I could see cut rest in peace one other card for, like, 2 Consult the Star Charts, just for a little more consistency, and then adding, like, an exercise to the sideboard, which would also help you against, like, the more mid-ranging matchups. And maybe that would be the ultimate form of this concept. So anyway, I had a great time playing through the Hatepaths. I love this style of deck. You'll definitely be seeing more decks like this in the future, but for now, we'll just sadly accept our 2 and 3 results and hope to do better next time. Anyway, that's going to do it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed me watching me play some through the Hatepaths. If you did and you like off-meta MTG, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I do stream MTG on my Twitch channel every Tuesday and Friday night. There's a link to my Twitch channel in the description of the YouTube video if you want to come check out the action in real time. So I hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll catch you later.